Oh, hello, my Try Babies. I could barely sleep last night, y'all, because today's the day that Mariah Carey is releasing the Rarities album, y'all. Nobody panic, y'all, except for me, apparently. So in honor of the new album, I had to do a Mariah Carey inspired makeup look. And I actually found out that her makeup artist, Kristofer Buckle, had a tutorial video on an everyday Mariah glam look that he put together during quarantine, which I'm gonna be linking up here. So I figured I would go off of his tutorial and share a story with you guys about how I met Mariah Carey 18 years ago, a while ago, when I was younger. So let's get into the look. First things first, I want to prime my eyes, and I'm gonna go ahead and use Thank Me Later Eyeshadow Primer by Mott. This part wasn't in his tutorial, but I imagine that he primed. All right, now that we've got our primer on, we're gonna go ahead and set a base. So for the base, I am gonna be using my brand new NikkieTutorials by Beauty Bay palette, and I'm gonna be using the shade Basic Trut. I think that's how you say it. So I'm taking my Sigma all over blend brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab some of that Basic Trut. And something that he does that he pointed out in his video that is actually a really good tip is once he has the shadow on the brush, he just kind of taps it on his wrist to get the pigment really into the bristles. And I thought that was brilliant, y'all, so the more you know. So we're just gonna put that on the entire lid area and just set a very nice base. And the reason you wanna do this because it really helps with blending. And this shade is perfect as a base for me. So I think I have a new favorite, y'all. Now that we set our base, we're gonna go ahead and start building our crease. And I use a brownish bronze color. So we're gonna go ahead and use the shade 5 AM from the same palette. And I'm gonna dip into that with a Sigma Buff and Blend brush. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look directly into the mirror, which is down there. And then I'm just gonna start building that crease right in this area right here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and dip into the same shade. And I'm going to really pack that into the outer corner here. And then just start kind of blending that back into the crease. But we're only gonna go about a quarter of the way in. We don't want to blend it all the way into the crease. Otherwise, we're gonna lose that lifting illusion. Then using the same color, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go under the lower lid and just kind of smoke that out. And then you wanna take a little bit more of the same shadow and go ahead and just really darken and build this outer corner here. And I'm using a Luna Magic brush. And then he taught me a new trick that we're gonna try right now, which is to use ideally a concealer brush, but I'm gonna go ahead and use a Sigma pointed crease brush, and we'll use a tiny bit of concealer. And then what he said to do was to basically put the concealer on the brush and then pretty much just almost wipe it off so that there's just like a residue left on the brush. And then you're gonna take that brush, and what this does, or what this should do, is it helps really diffuse these lines. And you know what, y'all? He ain't lying. That was a good trick, y'all. I wonder if he has a masterclass. That's a game changer, y'all. That is a game changer, y'all. Next, we're gonna use some black on the lower lid. And I'm gonna be using the shade Chad from the Saharan by Juvia's palette. And I'm using a Sephora angled liner brush to go ahead and apply that because the goal is to get it as close to the lash line as possible. Okay, I see it. Next, we're gonna do black eyeliner on the waterline, and we are gonna go ahead and use the ColourPop Cosmetics Cream Gel Lighter in the color Swerve, which is black. Okay, and now we're gonna move on to the shade Zoya from the same Juvia's Place palette. We're gonna go ahead and dip into that. That's what that color looks like. So we're gonna go ahead and dip into that. And I'm gonna go ahead and apply that on my lid all the way into the inner corner, just until it starts blending in with that beautiful taupe shade that we put in earlier. And bam, look at her. Story time! Back in 2002, I entered a contest to meet Mariah Carey. To be honest, I wasn't sure if it was actually going to be something that was going to pan out, if it was real, but lo and behold, one day I get an email from some chick named Cindy who tells me I was one of the winners selected to meet Mariah Carey in person. And to be honest, I didn't know what to expect. They didn't give us many details. We did have the name of the fan club that set it up, so it was actually very legit, but I was willing to take the risk, y'all. When else would I get to meet my idol? So let's rewind just a smidge here. The first time I saw Mariah was maybe a couple of years after I moved to the US from Venezuela, and I somehow ended up catching a glimpse of the Honey video. When I tell y'all, my world was flipped, okay? She was the epitome of femininity, beauty, and her voice was just calling to me. She was like a siren in the sea, honey. I couldn't even believe that voice was penetrating my ears. I thought I died, went to heaven. I don't know, y'all, but it was an experience. And ever since that day, it was over. I bought every single Mariah Carey CD, every single Mariah Carey DVD, and tape, yes y'all, VHS, and I would record every single special that I could from like MTV or VH1. Anything that she was on, I would record it on VHS. It was on there, honey. I was obsessed, pun intended. I'm pretty sure she wrote that song about me, but we're gonna move on. Fast forward to 2002, and here I am winning this contest, and I am so excited. My little gay heart is about to come out my chest. So we take the risk and we go. When I say we, I mean me and my dad, because I wasn't actually 18 yet at the time, so I had to be accompanied by an adult. What was funny is that I was so excited to see her that the entire 4-hour drive it took to get there, I played the Charm Bracelet album. So my dad had to listen to Mariah for 4 hours, y'all. And y'all better believe that I was singing along to every damn song. That's one thing. I have terrible memory, but I can remember every single run in every single Mariah Carey song, y'all. Anyway, so the day comes and we get to the location where Mariah Carey is gonna be for the meet and greet. And it turns out that this was actually really intimate. Like 30 people total in the room. So now I'm thinking, are we about to all get murdered out here in Miami in this like studio in the middle of nowhere? It wasn't in the middle of nowhere, I'm exaggerating. Just because I've always been extra, I actually put together a memory book of my meet and greet with Mariah. And I obviously made a photocopy of the original photo and put it in front. And I even added a little M detail for Mariah because extra. And you know what? Let's take the photos out because I want y'all to see these. There I am with Mariah. And yes, I should mention that it was probably about 90 degrees outside and I was wearing a tracksuit because that's what was cute back then, y'all. Oh, and this is Mariah, my dad, and she's actually holding my cell phone talking to my sister, which I ended up treasuring that cell phone. I think I still have it saved somewhere. And then I kept my wristband that got me into the room where we met Mariah. And I also kept another autographed photo that was given to us there. And then we have my review. All right, y'all. Hi, my name is Alex. I won for the meet and greet Miami. I got there at 8 p.m. and she got there around 11:40 p.m. It was worth the wait, in all caps. While everyone was seated waiting for Mariah, I went and sat on her sofa. Then 5 other people followed me and also sat on her sofa. Well, anyways, when she got there, finally, 2 ends by the way. Damn, I was shady, y'all. We all got real excited and there were some people crying of happiness. When we all calmed down a little, we each took a picture with Mariah and I was told she was going to leave right after all the pictures were done. But she didn't leave, which was such a nice thing for her to do. She stayed like 30 minutes more just to chill and talk to us and answer questions we might have. I think that I personally talked to her the longest in the meet and greet. Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. People were trying to take the microphone out of my hand, but I kept talking for about 10 minutes. Oh my God, I'm so sorry everybody else. I was so selfish and mean. Okay, anyway, let's move on. I made a lot of friends over there and all of Mariah's people were very nice to me. This is an experience I will never in my life forget. I still can't believe that I met her and that I kept the conversation real. I wasn't even nervous. It was really weird. I would like to thank... that was like so abrupt. I would like to thank Cindy for making this all possible for us. I hope she knows how grateful I am. And like I told Mariah, one day I'm gonna see you again, but it won't be like a fan meeting thing. It will be because I'm going to get all the way up in the music business just to complete my dreams. Oh, which is to sing a duet with you. And I will make it, I swear to you. Don't give up on your dreams, kids. Damn, y'all. Didn't know I was gonna get teary-eyed. I got makeup on! Anyway, that was my review. Y'all, it's future me. Past me forgot to talk about the most important part of the story, which is what happened when I actually met Mariah. So what had happened is when we actually got there were all of these chairs set up throughout this little room. And then there was a sofa with all this beautiful lighting on it. So we're all just waiting around, as I said in my shady email. And then the moment happened, y'all. Mariah walked through the doors. It was like seeing a friend. It was like seeing somebody that I'd known for a really long time. I didn't feel like fangirly. I didn't feel too excited. I just felt respectful of the moment. It was a really big moment for me, but it was also, I don't know, she always had a way of really connecting with her fans. As a matter of fact, before all of like social media, on her website, mariahcarey.com, she used to leave us lambs, which are her fans, the cutest little voice messages. So she was always staying in touch with her fans, and it was private little messages about how her day was going, different little things, what she was up to. She was always staying in touch with her fans. I always loved it and appreciated it. So when I met her, I felt like I knew her. She sits down on the sofa that we were sitting on earlier, and then we all just kind of sit around on the floor around her, kind of in a, you know, I almost felt like we were in like kindergarten and she was a teacher. And if I remember correctly, she has a little moment where she just talks and like thanks us for being there. And then it was pretty much a Q&A the rest of the time. So they started passing around this microphone. You know, they hand it to one person, the person asks a question or says a little comment, and then they pass it to the next person. And then the microphone makes its way to me. And the one thing she told me that stuck with me forever is, "You are cute, you should be in a boy band." And y'all, Mariah Carey called me cute. I mean, how many people can say that? She called me cute, y'all. And you know what? That was a confidence boost that, oof. So then it was time to take photos with Mariah. So we all got in line to take pictures with Mariah, including my dad. She was so humble, so kind, so sweet. What else did I gotta say? Can you imagine a 15-year-old? Was I 15? I think I was 15. Can you imagine at that age, I was like living my freaking life. So that's my story. And now we can continue with our regularly scheduled program. I know they say don't meet your idols, but honestly, I'm so happy that I met Mariah Carey. Mariah's music really honestly helped me through a lot of dark times. There's one song called Can't Take That Away that lyrically is so powerful, and I really related to it when I was in middle school and high school and was being bullied a lot for being gay, like every other gay kid in Florida. She unintentionally saved my life. There was some dark times. Anyway, let's finish this eye, get some lashes on, and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, I am back with my lashes. I finished my other eye, and we're gonna move on to blush. Mariah tends to wear some very kind of neutral colors, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the NYX Cosmetics Sweet Cheeks Matte Blush in the shade Rose and Play. And it looks like she usually carries her blush a little bit closer to the front of the cheek. All right, and now that we have our blush on, we're gonna go ahead and move on to highlighter. For highlighter, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Becca Cosmetics highlighter in the shade Vanilla Quartz. And I like to tap the highlighter on. I feel like it just creates more of a natural look. Then we're just gonna put some on the bridge of our nose here. Remember the tip of our nose. And our Cupid's bow. All right, and now that we've got our highlighter on, we are gonna move on to lips. Mariah is queen of a nude lip, so we're gonna go ahead and use the Lorac liquid lipstick in the shade Plum Brown. First, we're gonna use the ColourPop Cosmetics Lippy Pencil in the shade BFF to go ahead and line our lips. All right, now that our lips are lined, we're gonna go ahead and use the Lorac Pro liquid lipstick in the shade Plum Brown. Ooh, I love this color, honey. And we're gonna go ahead and top that off with the NYX Filler Instinct Clear Lip Gloss. And actually, now that I'm looking at it, it's not very nude, but we're just gonna go with it. All right, y'all, last but not least, setting spray. Gotta set this face. All right, this is the makeup look. I'm gonna go ahead and get into something a little bit more Mariah, and I'll be right back. All right, my little try babies, thank you so much for watching me put together this Mariah Carey inspired look. I also want to give a shout out to Kristofer Buckle for the amazing tutorial. If you like this video, go ahead and follow, subscribe, share, tag, tell your friends, tell your grandma, so I can quit my daytime job and do what? Be snatched full time. I hope to see y'all again next time, and don't forget, we're all just trying, so be nice.